the biggest adventure you could take is living the life of your dreams. Hey there, how's it going, you guys? Thanks for joining me for another episode of Bitcoin and Coffee. I'll be your host, Eugene Forrest. So, what do we got going on tonight with these crazy cryptocurrency markets? Sliding under $7,000. Looks like we need to adjust the camera just a little bit.
You're too tall.
Besides the fact that the cryptocurrency markets are down, some people are saying that, hey, we're range bound. This is because of profit taking. You know, I don't know if I'm just waking up on a different side of the bed today, but it's the same thing that it always is. You know, the masses are never smart enough to see what's really happening, right? When it comes to a situation like this, no one's really going to realize how great Bitcoin is until it's too late. So as we're sitting around hoping for some great fiat price, I mean, the dollar bill is going to have to start blowing up in front of these people's faces before most of them realize. Me and Samantha have been out going ahead and getting a few jobs done while we still can. They're lost. They're oblivious. They just want to get back to life as normal. But the printing of all of this money, all of this time off, all of the changes that have been made, they are going to have consequences. And that's why Bitcoin is going to be so great, because it's equatable, right? You can't just print it off. And we have other cryptocurrencies out there that seem to be falling to the wayside as people have preached for so long that they were equivalent to Bitcoin. There's only one Bitcoin. There's only going to be one cryptocurrency in the future that is going to be of any real value. And it has to come from the decentralization of it. Yes, the hash rate may be sliding backwards a little bit today, but that's not really important. What's important is the network is secure and that you can send a transaction to anybody you want. We have our beautiful, lovely, and as always, manning the chat, Sammy.
Good evening, everyone.
So, like I said earlier, Samantha, we've been out a little bit. We've been trying to get a few jobs done. Yep. Right? I mean, you got to make money when you can make money.
I mean, we're not calling people. People are calling us.
Well, I mean, we got a small business, right? And we applied for that $10,000 free business money, right? It's a loan with some forgiveness. And I mean, I loved how it's a nice little generic form that you fill out and you hear nothing, right?
And so there is nothing.
I mean, if you're just sitting around, you know, hoping, crossing your fingers that the government is going to come just give you magical money to take care of your bills while you sit home, I mean, damn, I've been doing it wrong because I've been busting my butt for the last 30-something years.
And Kalidas thinks you're doing it wrong, too.
I know. I'm going to have to apologize straight up, you guys. Mating season has started for the Peacock, so he is
a little,
vocal.
A little much.
Yeah, he will be going off through the show.
In the daytime, all day, he's shaking and fanning and butt jiggling. It's awesome. It's like a horrible Beyonce video. All right, so Crypto Logician is here. TD is here.
Nice.
Zaza is here.
Zaza, buddy, I'm glad that you can make it, my friend. You guys all hit the thumbs up. Share this video out. Let's see if we can get some more people in the chat. As always, Bitcoin and Coffee, we're not here to sell anything. We're not here to stroke your ego on a coin or this or that. We're about adoption and awareness. If you really want to boil it all down, none of this is going to go anywhere without Bitcoin, right? And we need awareness and adoption. Forget the price, forget the charts, forget all of the stuff that everyone's trying to go on and on about. We need more people in the space. That is always the fundamental problem here. So until we can start turning people on and show them that there's a big problem with the dollar bill and show them that Bitcoin is what we all need to be investing in to change the future. And it's not easy. It's not going to be a light switch. It's not going to be all of a sudden we wake up tomorrow and we're all stuck in the house and we got to empty out our wallets and get Bitcoin. It's going to be our children's children, the generation that's not even born yet. They're the ones that are going to use Bitcoin on a daily basis. So us being the smart individual seeing it now while everyone else is just watching the money print off. And I mean, I'm enjoying the time at home. I can't say I'm not, but I'm also realizing what's happening and glad that I'm secured in a place where I hold Bitcoin because it's going to make the world a difference.
No, and when we're talking to people, our regular customers, like people in general and stuff, I mean, everybody is all like, oh, yeah, I filed for unemployment. Oh, yeah, I filed for the small business loan. Oh, yeah, I've, sat in line for some like food distribution, like I mean the whole 9 yards, where it's like, oh my god.
Personally, I don't know if it's just the miser in me, but when you don't have anything, you don't spend any money unless it's absolutely necessary.
Yes.
So how are you telling me that you're filing for unemployment, but yet here you are swiping your credit card on my Stripe or my Square to have me detail your car? What are you doing today?
Good point. Good point.
And then at the same time, we drove by in St. Johns County, the next county over. Apparently, they were having a food bank, food giveaway at a library.
Yes.
And the line was over 2 miles long.
Yes, it literally wrapped around a 4-way gigantic intersection.
And I mean,
what?
you know, everyone's been there at one time or another, and they're not giving you something great, right? This isn't the food that everybody wants to go home and have. So why are these people in line? Is it really that desperate already? Or is it just mob mentality? Free, let's get what's free. Oh, money isn't really real. Let's just swipe the card. It'll be back to normal tomorrow.
I mean, there are quite a few people, yes.
Polar opposites.
I mean, they really do think not having to pay and forgiveness are the same things. And it's like, no. They're just saying, hey, you know what? Your power is not going to get cut off, and your this is not going to that, and your internet's still going to be, but doesn't mean in 3 months or 4 months or 1 month that you're not having to pay them, that then it doesn't get cut off, and then you don't have to move.
Well, I got a little bit of news all over the place, but we got people in the chat. Awesome.
All right. So Zaza said that he filled out one of those forms too.
Wasn't it great?
Heard nothing. Notice it gives... All right, Kalidas. He says notice gives them full rights to look into every detail about everything.
I mean, I also went ahead and filled one out for Bitcoin and coffee, even though we're not for profit. Like, hey, if they'll give Bitcoin and coffee $10,000, we'll really get out there and spread the word of Bitcoin.
You want to see an emu? You know you want to see an emu.
Well, I mean, what are the requirements?
Right. Not a lot, supposedly. Paul Rouleau is here.
Paul Rouleau. Hey, buddy. I'm glad that you could make it my friend.
TD says, hey, I just say use this time as a chance to increase your holdings. And James Benhart says, what's up? What's in the coffee cup tonight?
Oh, we still are having coffee. Keeping it going. I mean, no rest for the wicked, right?
Sadly.
Well, I mean, we had to get the show together. We're here doing this. We still have our other project that we're finally getting up off the ground where we're making some EDM music, but this is for fun on the side. And I mean, we still got to finish getting the vehicle ready for tomorrow's set of details that we got as well. I think people are getting sick of it because we were really dead and slow for a couple weeks, and now it's starting to pick back up a little bit.
Yes, and we actually had like brand new people, and they were just like, yeah, no, I'm over it. Like,
yeah, I don't know how many people reached to shake my hand.
I know, right? It's like, we're not supposed to do that.
I keep just thinking that if I'm going to get sick, I want to be sick in the beginning while there's still some supplies.
I know, right? It's like, well, when you're counting ventilators and it's not in the negative, that's what I probably want to actually have to breathe. Just saying.
But I don't want to lose my channel, YouTube. I'm sorry. You guys are great. What do we got going on in the chat? What's everyone thinking? What are you guys feeling about the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency markets tonight? I got a little bit of news over here, mostly on Bitcoin Cash. They just had their halvening the other day. We're eyeing the Bitcoin halvening at 32 days. I mean, you know, it's always hard to say, hey, maybe this is a good thing. But I know that at the beginning of the year, we were talking about maybe a trader's pump, pumping the price of Bitcoin back up to that $20,000 high before the halvening hit and the price coming crashing back down. And I mean, that's not happening now.
And 8-Ball says, ask again later.
Anything in the chat?
We have Bitcoin Hunter. Hi.
Nice.
He says, hey, hope you guys are doing well. We are good.
We are. We're just trying to stay positive, keep moving, realize that, you know, the earth keeps spinning.
It does. And it's not flat. So sorry. James Benhart says, heard something scary. Digital ID. The powers that be could one day change and lower the value of your Bitcoin based on your social score or stop your Bitcoin from being used. Ooh, no. What? No, what? First off, I would have, like, they would take it all from me. Like, I have
mean,
nothing.
we've seen that Bitcoin adapts.
Okay,
Is
then.
everybody good? We see that Bitcoin adapts. So I'm, of course, as
Ooh.
things get pressured against it, Bitcoin will find a way around it. We have a lot of smart people that are constantly working on it. I mean, people said for the longest time that Bitcoin wasn't going to grow in order enough to get segregated witness. People talked about Lightning Network not being what they really expected to be, but we're still waiting for that next influx of investors and a little bit of price stabilization. So merchants want it, and then we will see that all of this work is in place for a reason, right? We keep hearing from top names out there like Jack Dorsey and stuff like that about how Lightning and Bitcoin and all of this is the next form of money.
I mean, that would take a lot of stuff, and I don't see how there would not be some kind of uprising. I mean, really?
We got
people like me, you get to take my no.
Okay. We got Bitcoin Cash. Right? I said they had their halvening the other day.
They did.
Well, I seen some statistics on what it would cost to have a 51% attack on them. I thought that was funny that at the time they were quoting it at 1 Bitcoin. It'd be a little under that as it comes in at 7,300 because they're Bitcoin Cash per block or whatever.
God,
I was about to say Bitcoin. I'm like, well, it's not Bitcoin.
It's not. It's not the
BCH that comes out per block is going from 6.25 down to the 3.125. Dropping the value from what 471,600 to 235,800.
Okay.
I mean, that's not really a lot.
Yes.
Well, everyone's jumping off the network.
You gotta love Bitcoin. Guys.
I mean, you gotta love miners, right? Miners go where the money is. I mean, that's
like
always
sharks.
it's always been like that. I mean, everyone always tries to say, "Oh, well, miners are doing this and miners are doing this." Miners are trying to make a buck. Miners have always been trying to make a buck. Miners are amazing next gen level people, right? They want to sit in a place, have tons of computers do the work, make the blockchain. Well, they just run it, right? And then make money and wager into the future on holding Bitcoin or not holding Bitcoin by longing and shorting
farming. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you have to take a certain amount of time in your life to manage, you know, but in the end, you're selling a product and, you know, a token and whatnot. I like to think of them as farmers. I mean, mining farm.
Yes.
Come on now. All right. Anyways, TD says that he has rum in his coffee cup.
Ooh, nice. I'm not that much of a drinker.
No, you're not. That's why if you go back, there's not a lot of beer and bonfire, Bitcoin and coffees. It's like a handful.
I mean, I don't know. I like to when I'm being social, but it just seems like the older I get, the less social I get. So,
ooh, are you hermiting?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know because are we hermits? Because it's like
we moved out in the middle of the woods. Yeah, we did.
I'm just saying, a hermit is a solo individual. What is two hermits?
Well, I mean, people have called us Sam Jean. So.
Ooh, and Gene Sam. I like Sam Jean better personally. It rolls off the tongue better. All right, TD says, I think as long as the government is doing bailouts, people will continue to believe in the old system, thinking everything is fine until it's not. Yeah. I mean, sadly, I do too. A lot of people that is what their go-to is, oh, have you heard about the stimulus check? Oh, did you file for that loan? Mm-hmm. Oh, did you do this? Oh, have you been able to do that?
I mean, it's right. It's back to like Adam Meister type stuff. The ideal of personal responsibility. A lot of people don't want to take on personal responsibility. A lot of people want to shrug off personal responsibility and put it onto somebody or something else and say that, hey, you need to take care of me.
I mean, as human beings, it is scary. Yes. To you, I mean, that's why people don't like rock climb off a cliff with personal responsibility is scary.
And that's what we're seeing, right, is that a lot of people, they don't have any personal responsibility for anything other than going to their job and doing their one thing that they know how, right?
Yes. And usually, I mean, yes, it's repetitive. It's yes,
And
you
saying
feel
that,
you're good. Yes.
and saying that because I go do this and I make my money the way that I'm supposed to make money and I pay everybody else, that everything else is taken care of. Well, now that they're not making the money, they can't pay everyone else to do all of these other things and they don't know how to do it themselves. So now they need the government to hand them money so that they can subsidize their living because they can't do their one thing.
It is so.
Well, I mean, that's why one of the first things they teach you is if you want to be a millionaire, you need 5 sources of income. Somebody with 5 sources of income, they're not really hurting right now.
Right.
They may have lost
so
1,
2 have
2,
fallen off,
3
yeah,
in a bad case scenario,
but you still
they
have
still
some.
have income.
Yep. All right, where are we at? Oh, Paul Rillo says, as the Fed prints more fiat, Bitcoin becomes more valuable. It does. I mean,
I mean, all right, what I heard on the other side of this is that people are just, right now they're like Facebook mostly, right?
Yeah.
We're in a lot of the local groups
Social
because that's how I
medias.
post our detailing business
Yeah.
ads.
It's like every time you wave your hand. Every time you wave your hand. No hand gestures, Eugene. Let's see if we can get through this.
People are constantly talking about either being able to get through on unemployment and getting on unemployment or looking for some sort of side work.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Like I can do blankety, blankety, blankety list of things. Like tell me where.
And then you go and look in the comments underneath and they start talking about how, Trump keeps talking about shovel in hand, like a job, rebuilding the infrastructure or whatever, that, there'll just be jobs after. You'll go down to like a department and sign up and they'll just start handing out jobs to people.
Like $15, $20 an hour job, go do blank. Yes. Sure. But
I mean, just like in the beginning of this, it was only supposed to be 7 to 15 days, right?
I mean, every
then 30,
time
and now we're looking at longer.
time
you never start off telling how bad it's going to be in the beginning. You got to spoon feed it to them little by little.
Yes. You say 45 to 90 days or something, people are going to freak out and riot. It's going to be like 1992. But I mean, yes, like, I don't know. Yes.
But that's where we keep coming back to this. I mean, we're not talking about the individual. The individual is smart. I'm smart. You're smart. Samantha's smart. The masses are dumb. The masses need to be taken care of. The masses have to go to the bank. The masses need to have their credit cards. The masses need to have their McDonald's and all of this other stuff. The masses
are scared.
Yes.
I mean,
the masses want to go back to the way it was. And they want to go back to it right now, regardless of what the outcome is.
I mean, we're way past the 2 weeks of having another habit formed. I mean, and people they're not doing this. This is not a habit, okay?
I mean, but it's just that this has changed everything, right? Because we used to get out here and we used to talk about news. Now we talk about how the virus has affected the economic system of the world and how that in turn people aren't waking up to the situation and how Bitcoin is still the ultimate savior that we want when it comes to a financial solution. Well, this isn't what the show used to be. Yeah. So, I mean, the world is different and the world is going to continue to change from this event, but it doesn't mean that they're going to wake up. Right. And unfortunately, I mean, we can use this from a personal example of, my half brother was just here and he's gone now. Some people and some things just don't change.
Yes. Like unteachable, unchangeable.
The masses have always been unteachable. I mean, think back to way back in the beginning. The masses have always been the problem. I mean, how do you get them to all of a sudden realize that everything that they're doing is wrong? They got to wake up. They got to take care of themselves and they got to go switch over to a currency that's better. They're not going to until they absolutely have to.
I don't know. I mean, just like how it is both ways. Like we personally and everybody that we have met, seen, talked to, do not actually know people who are sick or who are in danger or have died or any of these things. just like, I don't know if it is going to be a big enough push, like what you're saying, like, because pretty much right now everybody's just complaining about lockdowns and not being able to work and not being able to make money, and not, it is not that there is actually, the US is now number one in infected
Right. Now as
people.
we're approaching
Yes,
50,000
yes.
or whatever.
Like that we are way past China was 3 months ago. Like that no one is actually, that's not even what they're caring about. So it's like, I don't know if it is going to be a big enough push to actually have everybody be like, oh my God, the like system is flawed. And I mean, if these stimulus checks come out, if they actually, I love you, bird, so much. I mean, if they actually roll out 1 or 2 waves of these bills or something, it might appease everybody enough that they don't wake up. And then we're stuck, what? So we have 2.2% of the population that know about Bitcoin?
It's the same situation that we've seen most of our existence. They know how to play the game, and they know how to play the game well, and they know how to psychologically manipulate the masses. They're going to drop it on them little by little by little by little. First, this will change and the price will go up. Then this will change and the price will go up until people become accustomed to it.
I mean, that is the same. That is why they did not say 90 days or something from the beginning. They just want to do a little by little. I mean, our son's graduation's gone.
They'll just flip-flop
yes.
it. They'll go the other way. On the backside of all of this, all of a sudden the price of gas and bread and milk and insurances and all of these other things, they'll just slowly start to rise, and people start to complain. Taxes will go up and all of this other stuff, and your wages will go up, and it just really won't equal out. The middle class will start to get dissolved, and the divide between the haves and the have-not will get bigger, because that is what always happens in these situations. The people on top try to keep the power, and the people on the bottom, you got to have more of them.
Sadly, that's how yes.
What do we got in the chat? What's going on, Samantha?
That Zaza says the peacock looks cool back there, and that we can't eat Beaky now. He has too many fans. We would never eat Beaky.
No, Beaky, he busted his leg in the beginning, and I mean,
we had gotten him like he was a preteen turkey.
Most people would have put him down, and it was like I didn't want to put him down.
No,
so
we fed him aspirin and bandaged his knee, his turkey knee, whatever you want to call that. Yes.
So now his leg is kind of lame, so he can walk, but he doesn't like to push through the woods, so he doesn't leave the yard.
That's why you always see him and hear him. He is right here, but he is very cool. All of the turkeys that we have had are very smart. Like I try not to be horrible and whatnots, but I would not eat turkey, and I used to eat turkey. I am no longer a Thanksgiving.
I don't know. I'm just starting to see. I'm just starting to see a little bit different of a picture, whereas I kept thinking for a long time that I was just going to be cashing up Bitcoin little by little as time went on and making, my compound bigger and better and all of that kind of stuff. And now I see myself holding on to Bitcoin and waiting till America starts falling apart at some point and trying to flee over the border with the only thing that's actually of value.
All right. James Benhart says, check out Andrew Pompiano 3 interview with Matt DeSosa, talks about Bitcoin miners and the price of Bitcoin, light at the end of the tunnel in 3 to 4 months with price surge. And he said that the Matt DeSosa is the CEO of Blockware Solutions.
I mean, yes, the price is going to come up. The halvening and, the supply and the demand and all of this kind of stuff, it will push the price up. The price will get up a little bit higher. I mean, we are not going to be seeing $3,000 Bitcoin in 6 months from now ever again. This is kind of a
is that why he put out 2 over? Yeah.
But it's about something bigger than all of this. And this is where I keep trying to I really just want everyone to realize it's not about the price. It's not about, and everyone says this, it's about awareness. We need to turn people on to it. We need people using and understanding that
Shove
Bitcoin,
the Susie in their face.
that they need to start having Bitcoin. in their possession. They need to have their own private keys and have Bitcoin, because this dollar bill isn't working. And as long as we keep playing their game and collecting it and trading it back and forth, the longer they can pull the strings and keep manipulating us. And really what they want to do is they want to keep us chasing our tail, making them money, wasting our lives. Because if we actually had enough time to stop and wake up, we wouldn't let them have this power they have over us. The main reason I find in life is to be with our loved ones, right? To make your footprint, to care about the bigger picture.
See, that's the only thing that I think
that doesn't happen at the factory.
Yeah, no. But see, that's the only thing that I think that this lockdown does actually have in Bitcoin's favor and like society's favor, is that because like 75% is like literally unemployed right now, not even working from home. There's a lot of like extra sleeping and extra like I'm in my house. I mean, we're watching everybody like, I mean, home improvements to I've cleaned out like an attic. I mean, everything because they're isolating and bored.
Oh no, I guess I'm just Debbie Downer because I keep going the other way. And I think that, you know, productive people are going to do productive things. Most of America aren't. They're going to sit there and they're going to fart up the place and they're going to be watching Netflix, right? And they're going to eat too much food and their health's going to decline a little bit more.
You are Debbie Downer.
I mean, are you going to tell me? I mean, all right, on average, most of America is overweight. So you're going to tell me that the chubbo dude is going to hop up off the couch and go do something that he ain't never done before?
Cool.
As all he's ever really talked about is that he wants more time on the Xbox.
I mean, yes, although right now, I mean, almost everybody is pushing like, oh, you're bored, you can't take it anymore, go like outside, do physical activity, like go, you know, hike, go bike. And it's like, I don't know how much they're actually going to do of that. I mean, I know I like to do those things, but it's like, I don't know if the dude on the couch that is literally I hope some people are.
I really do. I hope some people are breaking out of those standard routines, but I'm just saying most people do the same exact thing, right? Most people don't go around changing their patterns, right? That most people aren't striving to make a better themselves.
TD says that he thinks as long as the longer this goes on, I think the more people will be looking into Bitcoin. I hope so. I do hope so. I mean, I don't know. There is a lot. I mean, like that, how everybody is on the internet, how everybody is bored, how everybody's trying to ignore their family members that they're locked in the same house with, how apparently nobody thinks the outside is like okay for some reason. Maybe that'll give them, you just have to pick the right rabbit hole and then you're down it.
I mean, once you start trying to figure out the dollar bill, once you get to that part, because right now I'm still seeing a lot of people are looking for the free money. They're looking for the free handout, even if it's just to go to the free food bank or if it's to go get, you know, a free business loan or to get extra unemployment. They're looking to get the free right now. Well, once they realize that there isn't any free to be given, then they're going to start wondering a lot more why this dollar bill isn't working. And I think that will be the moment where we'll start to see the peak in Google searches, right? Because that's what I've always talked about, is that we'll see and we'll know the trends because Google's going to tell us, right? Everyone's going to be searching the halvening. Everyone's going to be searching Bitcoin. Everyone's going to be searching blockchain. They're going to be, how do I store my private keys safely?
Yes.
These are the masses.
This
is what we were talking about. And
I
mean, if you guys are new and you're watching the channel, I'm not downing you. This is why I wanted to be here.
We were all there. We want everyone to be there.
It's going to get easier. I mean, it's a lot easier than what it was in the beginning of all of this. Always having paper wallets and stuff like that. Hardware wallets are super easy.
Yes. And literally being like, I don't know, all of the hardware wallets have only been out like 6 months. Which one do you think is the best? And it's like, now
we're really trusting someone else with our crypto. They could have a back door.
Not anymore.
All right, let's go ahead and start wrapping up this episode. What are you guys thinking? How are you guys feeling tonight? Let me know what your guys' thoughts are. Of course, let me just put the blast out there. We are still shooting for Wakaan this year, right? I've started trying to work a little bit more on all of this because, of course, we got to keep moving, right? The world keeps spinning. Wakaan's going to happen. There won't be sanctions by then. I keep telling you guys I want to go big this year, or do it a lot better than I've done, since this is going to be the only one we're going to.
Yes.
I've been reaching out for you guys' help. I'm making brochures. If you guys want to go and pass out flyers and pass out information, we're looking at renting an RV. We're also looking at putting up a booth. I'm waiting for tickets to go on sale. I have donational addresses down below, but everything this channel has been making is going towards that. We're doing great so far. I feel like we're well on track for where we need to be as early as it is.
We went way far out, yes, for that reason.
Yeah, but we fell short last time, and you know me.
Oh my God.
It does it at 2 a.m. too when I'm sleeping.
Maybe the next one we try to do, we'll do it in the daytime. They're not, I mean, sometimes they're not as funky. I don't know. Maybe you'll see the whole Beyonce dance because, yeah. There's not a lot of squawking with that. There's just a lot of movement.
It's all right. You guys hear the bats too.
I know. I'm hoping that, some little baby falls out somewhere. It's somewhere right above us.
All right. What do we got going on in the chat?
All right. Zaza says, oh, well, okay. James Benhart says that I'm going to get my pink Corvette and that you're going to have to make a garage for my car. All right. Zaza says requesting local merchants and sellers to accept Coinbase Commerce is an easy step to get them accepting crypto. My local vape store just started, so nice. I can pay in BTC or die for the next. Oh, what? Or a few others. Nice.
Awesome. Yes. Yeah, I guess it would be pretty much a lot of the ones that Coinbase offers they would accept.
Yeah, but that is nice. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard of other options that are also supposed to be better where they don't use the third-party system. I don't know. I don't try to push merchant adoption because pretty much until the price stabilization, you're going to be using a third party. And I don't know. It's one of those gray areas on whether or not it's good for Bitcoin or not good for Bitcoin.
Oh, you mean it's like just like, are you an essential worker or not?
Well, you're helping like places like Coinbase hoard Bitcoin.
But it's true. I mean, because you are having to use a third party. But
yeah,
I don't know.
Most Bitcoin goes into Coinbase, not
it's
out.
It's the same damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because it is like, yes, more people will be able to use it. Cool. But that, yes, you are using somebody else. All right. Paul Rulo says that he is essential, which in New York is the same as being expendable. Yeah.
Oh man, I actually ate some fast food today because we had quite far to go in our trip, and we went through Taco Bell because I love those chalupa things. If I'm gonna get something, that crunchy bread, the lady wearing the mask, handing us money with the tray, handing us the food with the tray.
Oh, I was like, how's she gonna teeter that drink on a tray? Like, ooh, it looked
right in my lap.
Yep. It did not seem like a super awesome system. And then afterward, we were like, so wait, that tray goes back inside, right? And, does she put it in the same spot every time? Because if not, there's your flaw in your plan.
Well, at least the world's changing together with you guys. Like, I'm glad that you guys are here to go along with it. We can all figure it out together and express our pains and griefs and funny little jokes that happen to us.
We're all watching the circus. Bum, 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 bum.
Well, I mean, the like-minded individuals and all that we are. All right, Samantha. Let's go before he does it again.
I know, right? All right.
Is that it?
That is it.
All right, you guys. Have a great evening. Take it easy. Keep that BTC safe. Love each other a lot. Later.
Wash your hands.